Good morning, everyone. Miss you so much, and I know that you miss me too. Okay. Today, we're going to continue with our writing mechanics series that we started. In the previous lessons, we knew how to use apostrophes. Today, we're going to move to a more simple lesson, which is parentheses. Parentheses. When do we use parentheses, and what are the differences between them and between commas? Let's see. Parentheses are used to enclose additional non-essential information. Additional non-essential information to clarify, explain, or add a side note in a sentence. Like this, she's coming to our house after work. Around 6 o'clock is an additional piece of information. It's non-essential. We can leave it out and the sentence will still be okay. She's coming to our house after work around 6 o'clock. The part in the parentheses is non-essential. It's not very important. I'm going to visit my grandma, my dad's mom, today. I'm going to visit my grandma, my dad's mom, today. This part in the parentheses is also additional. It's non-essential. If we leave it out, the sentence will still give a complete meaning. You can say, I'm going to visit my grandma today. First one, you can say she's coming to our house after work. So the main purpose of using parentheses is to add or to enclose additional non-essential information to clarify, explain something, to add a side note. They can also be used to include dates or other referential information, like Amelia Hart, 1897, 1937. This is when she was born and when she died. So we're adding here some referential information or dates. Was a famous aviatrix in the 20th century. Again, Amelia Hart. This part, this date, when she was born and when she died, is put into parentheses. Was a famous aviatrix in the 20th century. Hamlet's dilemma is to be or not to be. Shakespeare 3.1.59. This is a reference to where this part is written in Shakespeare's play Hamlet. So again, we can use parentheses to include dates or other referential information, like referring to a page or a chapter or an act or scene in a play or something. Rule number 3, another use of parentheses is to enumerate a list, putting numbers or even letters. They asked me several questions in the interview. Number 1, what are my future goals? Number 2, what are my greatest strengths? Number 3, where do I see myself in 10 years? We can replace 1, 2, and 3 with A, B, and C. Case number 4, for acronyms, we also put acronyms into parentheses. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, here, was created in 1949. So in the first slide, we said that we use parentheses to enclose additional non-essential information. And we said before, when we studied commas, that we use the 2 commas to include the non-essential information. So what's the difference? Should I use parentheses or 2 commas? Look at this example. He finally answered after taking 5 minutes to think that he didn't understand the question. This part in blue, this blue part here, after taking 5 minutes to think. It's put into parentheses, but we can also use 2 commas here and here. So what's the difference? Commas could be used here, but using parentheses means that we consider the information less important. So this part is less important. Yeah, if it's not essential, but somehow important, if it adds something important to the sentence, but it is still non-essential, we use commas. If it's not important, we use parentheses. So how do I know? You are the one who decides, because you are the one who writes the sentence. So if this part, which will always be non-essential, by the way, if it's a little bit important, yes, you can use 2 commas. If it's not important, use parentheses. So when I use parentheses, where should I put the periods or the full stops? If material in the parentheses ends a sentence, the period goes after the parentheses, like here. She gave me a nice bonus, $500. You can see the period here. But we can put periods inside parentheses if an entire sentence is inside the parentheses, like here. Please read the analysis. You will be amazed. This is a complete sentence, okay? In this case, the $500 was a part of the previous one, was a part of this sentence. So we added the comma at the end of the complete sentence. But here, this is a separate part. You will be amazed is a complete sentence. So in this case, we use the period inside the parenthesis. Okay? So again, what did we say today? We said that we use parentheses mainly to enclose additional non-essential information, to clarify, to give explanation, to add anything to the sentence which is not very important. Like here, she's coming to our house after work around 6 o'clock. This is an additional piece of information, but it's not very important. Another case is to add dates, like here, like this sentence, or any referential information like pages of a book, or in a play, or in a novel, or whatever. Again, we said we can use it to enumerate a list like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. If we use acronyms, we put them inside parentheses. And then we ask, what is the difference between using parentheses and the 2 commas? The difference is in the importance of the added material. If it's not important, use parentheses. If it's somehow important, use the commas. But remember, in both cases, it is still non-essential. You can remove it. Where should we put the periods? If the parentheses are a part of the sentence, put the period outside. If the part inside the parentheses is a separate, a complete sentence, put it inside. You will be sent, for the homework will be sent to you on EduPage. Please upload it. Don't send it in a separate message. See you in the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum.